Hey guys, Wet Movie 1 back here again, and it's time to go hoard up. Are you guys ready? I know I sure am. You guys may have missed the hoarding up video last week due to myself going into Hollywood with my buddy Scotty for a photo shoot. And if you guys haven't seen the pictures that my friend took of me in Hollywood, follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Links will be down below in the description box of this video. I may even flash a picture right here so you can see one of the photos that Scotty took of me down there. I don't know, man. Scotty's a really cool photographer. But today is hoarding up day, and I'm not going to miss this week, man. I don't have a photo shoot this week or anything, so I'm going to be heading on out to the usual spots. But there's a couple things that were released today. Cars 3 and Ingrid Goes West. Along with, I believe, the first 4 Harry Potter movies are being released today on 4K, and a small handful of other things. So come along with me and let's go see what kind of cool stuff we can find today. Alright everyone, at my first location of the day, the local Goodwill. Let's head up in there and see if they have anything new since the last time. Alright guys, in Goodwill right now, taking a look at their media section just to see what they have. I've been in here for a few moments already, just looking around, seeing if I can find anything interesting in here. And I found one thing so far, and that is Happy Endings, the 2-season set right here on DVD. I'm not sure if this could be scratched or not. I'm gonna check it and everything like that. But is this a series that only lasted 2 seasons? But if it's not scratched, I'm definitely gonna be picking this one up right here. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep looking around, and if I see anything else that stands out to me, I'll show it to you guys. And here's one of my all-time favorite movies right here, Now and Then. Pretty much Stand By Me, but with girls in it. Well guys, I came across some other things over here, which are kind of cool. So, some of which I already have, like these ones right here. But you don't see these ones too often. At one point, I think they were out of print, or at least like some of them were. This is the CKY 4-pack, the anthology on DVD. Like, I always really liked watching these when I was growing up, when I first found out about them. This is like the original Jackass with like Bam Margera and his crew going around like messing with each other and everything like that. This is like the 4-film collection over here with the documentary, and they also have CKY4, which is like the best of. Mixed in with some semi-new stuff. I have all the CKY and Jackass stuff at home. It's just, really kind of cool. But then there's this thing right here. I don't know what the hell this is. It's called Fighting Mad. It's like a compilation of like people just beating the shit out of each other. Like, what? Like, I don't think I've ever seen this DVD before, but I remember they used to put out really random collections of like, things like this and like bum fights and weird shit back in the day. Found 3 things in there, which I'll show you guys at the end of the video. And also, stay tuned to the end of this video also for some new DVD and Blu-ray reviews. Well guys, the next destination of the day, the local Best Buy. Let's head on in and see if they have anything cool. Taking a look at the new release rack that they have here. They have the Dark Tower that came out last week over here. They also have it called Westworld Season 1, The Maze. Best Buy has their own exclusive version of it in a steelbook packaging. There's also one that comes in like a big red like tin case, which my mom is going to be reviewing and talking about at the end of this video here. Haven't seen an episode of this yet, but my mom has, obviously. And see what else they have over here. They have Slaughter High, 1 copy left of that from the Vestron video series that they have over here. I believe Overdrive came out today with Scott Eastwood. Killing Ground was put out by Scream Factory today, which I'll be talking about at the end of this video right here. Their new IFC Midnight film, along with some movie called The Show right here. And they also have the one called Ingrid Goes West right over here with Audrey Plaza and Elizabeth Olsen. I don't know, this one looks really kind of interesting to me. And also has Ice Cube's son in there, O'Shea Jackson Jr. up in this one right here. And of course, Mother Krampus. I'm like, really? Another Krampus one? And of course guys, Cars 3 came out today on Blu-ray, DVD, and Best Buy's own exclusive steelbook packaging right here. But it's there, Best Buy has their own little exclusive steelbook for this one, which I'll be having a review of the 4K Blu-ray at the end of this video right here also. And guys, this was also released today too, the 45th anniversary edition of the Godfather trilogy here on Blu-ray. This actually looks like a really cool like book-looking set, which features all the films with a bonus disc and everything in it. This set, it feels kind of flimsy a little bit. kind of, and it's definitely not as heavy as it looks. And guys, Best Buy also has the 4K releases of the first 4 Harry Potter movies, you know, Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, and Goblet of Fire. These are kind of cool. Now all of them, all the Harry Potter movies have been released on 4K. It's just kind of cool to, you know, see them all in the stores right here. And guys, this was also released today. It's $200. It's a big Blu-ray limited edition set, DC Universe 10th Anniversary Collector's Edition, which features over 30 of DC's animated movies over here. Big old set, man. 30 different movies. You can like see this, you know, the names of the things right here. Big old thing for $200. This is a cool looking set though. Really big and hefty looking thing. Ooh, dang. But it does look super cool if you're into those DC animated ones. Well guys, out of the beast right now. Got one other thing in there. At my next destination of the day, the local Rite Aid pharmacy. I know. You may be asking yourselves, Rite Aid, what? This is a hoarding up video, stupid. I think I remember them having movies in there, like a small selection, I think. Guys in Rite Aid right now is taking a look and see what kind of movies they have. I'm happy they do have some. I sort of just wandered in here to see what they have. They have, what's it called, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol in here behind plastic for $22.99 up in there. Same thing for Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked, $22.99 up in there. But they have like a little rack of just, you know, miscellaneous kind of stuff. And the same thing on this side. If you want to get, you know, Catching Fire on DVD, $22.99. But yeah, it looks like they have another section right over here with some, like, you know, budget titles. So let's see if we can find anything kind of cool. So I see some $2.99 kind of stuff. They're like in weird little, like, paper sleeve kind of things in here. I saw something in here a second ago that looked like it was cool. Like I had some sort of like martial art movies in it, but like this one right here has 4 movies in it, and it has, you know, the Faculty, Animal Room, and the lock. It's called Locker or whatever. It's like a little slim thing, $2.99. Like, what do they do with these things? Like, why do they even come like this for? They have like a little family pack one right over here. But I'm just gonna keep going down here, see if I find anything cool. I think this is the pack I saw. Yeah, this is the pack I saw. This is a 5-movie man cave with like Jackie Chan, you know, some Jackie Chan stuff in there, Best of the Best 3, and everything like that. But it looks like they have some Blu-rays in here, and it looks like they're only $7.99 a piece. We got Ride Along, Safe House, which I don't think I've ever seen Safe House before. Let me know down below. Is it worth watching? I like the actors that are in it, but yeah, just not too much Blu-ray wise. They have a couple of like 10 case like DVD sets of like, you know, old westerns with John Wayne and different things like that, and Fist of Death collection, which has like, you know, Bruce Lee stuff on it, and Sonny Chiba and everything. But I don't know about these sets, man. These sets are kind of like public domain titles and probably don't look too good on DVD. Well guys, at the next destination of the day, can anyone tell? I think you can. Let's head up in there and see what they got. Taking a look at the new releases that they have here. They have, of course, the 4K of Cars 3 and, of course, the Blu-ray. But Target has their exclusive Storybook edition that comes in, of course, their little Disney, you know, book edition like they usually do for their Disney films. I don't know if the other Cars movies got, you know, digibooks like this in the past. I'm sure you guys will let me know down below, but this one looks kind of cool. I kind of like the look of this one a little bit more than the Best Buy Steelbook, but I always like Steelbooks a little bit more anyway. But like, just the look of this one's cooler this time around. And of course, the new release section on the other side looks the same as previous weeks. They still have a bunch of the Stranger Things VHS box set, which I thought was gonna be like a rare thing, but nope. And of course, they have the movie Overdrive and some new movie with Candace Cameron called Just the Way You Are on DVD, and of course Halo, the complete video collection that has all the Halo movies on Blu-ray right there. But of course, The Crown, the complete first season came out today on DVD. Here, of course, Westworld. They'll call it the 4K limited edition 10. This is the one that my mom's going to be talking about at the end of this video right here. But yeah, this one looks kind of cool, like the case and everything. And oh, Kevin Spacey. Well guys, that's pretty much it over here at Target. Not really much else to show or talk about. But let's head on home. Alright everyone, I'm home now from Hoarding Up. About to show you guys what I picked up today. Bam! Got a big old bag of goodies, and they're not all from Goodwill or anything like that. 3 of them are. So let's start off with the stuff I got over at Goodwill. And I just saw this over here, a 2-season set of Happy Endings. Seasons 1 and 2 here on DVD for $1.99. or whatever it was. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. And there was no scratches on it whatsoever. And like I said earlier in the video, let me know, are these the only 2 seasons the show ever lasted for? And the other 2 things I picked up over there at Goodwill were VHS tapes. Because you guys know in my last video, if you guys haven't seen it, I found my VCR in the garage, hooked it up. So I have my VCR hooked up now to my TV upstairs. I haven't watched the VHS tape in a long time, since Danny's, Count Stockula video. And I saw these 2 videotapes over there, and I'm like, for 99 cents a piece, I'm like, shit. This one right here I only got because it has Cynthia Rothrock in it, and that is To Justice. It looks kind of cool. Cynthia Rothrock was kind of cool back in the day, in her, straight-to-DVD kung fu movies, martial art movies and stuff. And the other one I got looks super cool, and it says it's from the director of Best of the Best and Best of the Best 2, and that is called There Is No Other Way, Showdown. Right here. I don't know, it looks kind of cool. I got it because the cover looks pretty badass, and it looks like Billy Blanks is in it. He was in a lot of movies back in the day. Cool, and for 99 cents, I'm like, alright then. But then, of course, I went on over to Best Buy, and the only thing I picked up over at Best Buy was Ingrid Goes West here on Blu-ray. This was probably the most expensive one I got out of the bunch today. This was, of course, the regular $19.99 since it came out today. I like Audrey Plaza and Elizabeth Olsen, and it just looks like a real funny movie. I can't even form words right now, but hey, that's what you get when you watch me. But yeah, Ingrid Goes West. It looks like it could be kind of funny. And the last thing I picked up was over at Target. It was only $8. The price dropped yet again, and that is the Belko Experiment. I heard good things about it. It's like it says Office Space meets Battle Royale. Like crazy shit pops off in a office building. I don't know. It looks like it could be kind of cool for $8. But guys, let's head on upstairs for some DVD and Blu-ray reviews. Mom, take it away.
Hi, I just have one thing for you today, and I got it from Warner Brothers for free to review. It is a TV show called Westworld. And what I like, Westworld actually season 1, The Maze. And it comes in this great steelbook thing that I kind of like. And, along with the usual stuff, like the cast list and the, episodes, and they tell you, a synopsis of the episodes. It comes with its own corporate guidebook, handbook for new employees of Westworld. Okay, Westworld is a fantasy theme park where people can go and, that like the Old West, and that go there to act out their fantasies. But, they pay top dollar. It's, basically for wealthy people. And the park is staffed by what is called hosts. So, in other words, part of the science fiction TV show is about artificial consciousness or artificial intelligence. And so the tourists or the paying guests that come interact with hosts, which are virtually speaking human-like robots, but they don't act like robots. They, walk, feel, talk just like, human beings. The head of Westworld is played by Anthony Hopkins. He's the creator of Westworld. And one of the bad guys, or the primary bad guy in the story, is the Man in Black, and that's played by Ed Harris. And you're not sure if he's a host or a real person, at least I'm not so far. And they usually, at least the first couple episodes, are following this one story about one of these, young women hosts, and it follows her story. And it's interesting because also, once again, one of the guys that interacts with her, you don't know if he's a guest or a host. And you just kind of see what daily life is like at Westworld. Like, they have to recycle the used hosts, because they kind of start flipping out, and then that's when you start to see that, yes, they are actually robots. And I like the concept of the show. Science fiction isn't the greatest thing that I go for, but I think if you like this kind of stuff, you would really like that, like Westworld, and I might, follow up with a few more episodes myself. So, science fiction, artificial intelligence, hey, pick up Westworld.
Alright guys, now on to my review portion of this video here. I just have a small stack of things, some Blu-rays and a 4K Blu-ray to talk to you guys about today. And the first one up I have from you guys today is an Australian thriller, or also Australian horror film, put out by IFC Midnight and Scream Factory, and that is The Killing Ground, which was also released today in stores and everything. And this movie right here is pretty much about a young couple that's just recently got engaged, going to the Australian wilderness just to go on a little camping trip, just to get away from everything. And when they go to this camping ground, all hell breaks loose. There's not really much else I can really say because I don't want to give away or ruin anything. But this movie was really well done. Has really like tense moments in here. Let's just say it doesn't just revolve around the two, newlyweds or engaged couple or anything like that. They go through a lot of stuff in this movie. It was really tense. It was just actually really well done in my opinion. The first half of this movie, like the first 30 minutes, I was just going, what? You know what I mean? Like it took a little while for the movie to get going, but like about 30 minutes into it, you're like, oh, this is the direction this movie's going in. Okay, I see what's going on here. It was just really balls to the wall. It kind of had that The Hills Have Eyes kind of feel to it a little bit, but without like the the monster looking people or anything like that. But if you like The Hills Have Eyes, it has that same sort of feel to it. I kind of dug it. This is the Blu-ray DVD combo pack. And next up over here from us, IFC Midnight and Scream Factory also, is Darkness Rising. This one right here is about this this young woman and her fiance and her like her best friend or whatever, going to her old family house because over the years she's been traumatized about what happened to her in her past. So she wants to face her fears and go to her old family house to to see if she can go face to face with her fear and all the stuff that happened in her childhood home. And when her fiance and her best friend go into this house, her old family house, shit pops off. Like you can see stuff moving through the walls. You can see doors opening and closing. Like it's one of those haunted house kind of movies. But you have to find out, what happened to this young woman in her past and why is she going through all this, torment, and like what happened in her family. I didn't like this one as much as I liked the Killing Ground. By any means, out of the two right here, I recommend the Killing Ground a lot more. This one was just kind of okay. It had a couple of okay scares in it. Of course, the other, the jump scares and stuff. But this one, it didn't really do it for me. But next up over here, what's it called, from Lionsgate Home Entertainment, is Amityville: The Awakening. Okay, before I start talking about this movie for a moment, I'm a big fan of the Amityville horror movies. Of course, the original one. But my favorite one was what's it called? I think it was Amityville 4. The one when they're like, it doesn't take place in the Amityville horror house. It takes place with like a clock from that house. That was like one of my favorite ones. But this one right here is not a direct sequel or has any involvement to the original franchise whatsoever. This one is like its own new take on the Amityville horror franchise, and it's about this family, this daughter and the daughter, mother, and little kid moving into this new house, and one of the family members is kind of like bedridden and everything, and he's kind of been in a coma for years, and different things like that, and this family's moving into the Amityville house, and just because they found it and it was a cheaper place to live. And then, of course, all this stuff starts to happen in this house, obviously, because it's the Amityville horror house. But the cool thing is they do with this movie is they talk about the old Amityville horror movies, like the girl that's in here that's played by what's her name again? Oh my God, why am I blanking? Bella Thorne is the star of the film, along with Jennifer Jason Leigh. I'm sorry, I had to look at the back. When I talk about these movies, I forget names sometimes. Jennifer Jason Leigh is the mother, and when the young girl is going to school, she's always, people are going, oh, there's the creepy girl from the creepy house. She's like, wait, what's wrong with the house I live in? And she looks up, the facts on the house and how, there was in the past there was this guy that killed his family with a shotgun and all that kind of stuff. And there's been movies made about her house, like the original Amityville horror movies. They talk about, in this for a little bit, which I thought was really kind of cool. The movie is not the best Amityville horror movie I've ever seen by any means, but it's definitely not bad or anything like that. I kind of watched this one and this one in the same night, so they're kind of like, blended together a little bit, like a haunted house kind of movies. So I'm just trying not to, like, mess up my thoughts on this. But it was just okay. The acting was decent in here. I really like Jennifer Jason Leigh's character as the mom. She really did a very good job in here. So did Bella Thorne. But all you really get on this Blu-ray here is like a little making of. But it does have some, decent scares in there. And next up over here from Disney is the new 4K Blu-ray digital copy combo pack of Cars 3 here that was also released today. Of course, this is the third one in the franchise, and now Lightning McQueen is getting older now, and he's still, racing around, and he's still like the champion. But yeah, there's these new cars that are being introduced into this movie that are faster, that are cooler, that have better technology in them that can help him, go faster. And Lightning McQueen is just going like, what am I supposed to do here? So he goes on this, this quest, this journey to try to better himself, to try to make himself go faster, to see what, to try to, help himself to go like, I'm not old, I can still do this, I can still be the best racer out there. And that's pretty much what this movie is the underdog story, making Lightning McQueen the underdog now, not like the best racer in the franchise. Like now he's the one that has to, build up the strength to beat the to beat the new cars. It's kind of like the Rocky version. It's like kind of like Cars, but like Rocky in a way, if you know what I'm trying to say here. It's like Rocky, but with cars. There you go. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, this movie looks absolutely beautiful on 4K. These movies always really do pop off. Pixar movies, for that matter. On this Blu-ray right here, of course, you get your deleted scenes, commentary tracks, storyboards, and of course, animated shorts on here. But if you're a fan of the Cars franchise, I'm not like the biggest fan of the franchise or anything like that. I think Cars is like the weakest series of movies in the Pixar canon or whatever. But they're definitely not horrible or anything by any means. But Toy Story, man, has to be one of my favorite Pixar ones, and of course Up. But that's Cars 3 here on 4K Blu-ray and digital copy combo pack. Alright guys, and last but not least over here from Olive Films is a classic film from 1962 starring Anne Bancroft and Patty Duke, and that is The Miracle Worker here on Blu-ray for the very first time. Of course, this is the story of Helen Keller, who was a young woman who was born, deaf and blind, and she was, her parents back in the day didn't know what to do with her, didn't know how to help her by any means. So they ended up calling like a professional to come in to see if they can, help her young daughter, cope with, her weaknesses and try to better herself. So they hired this teacher lady that's, half blind herself to come in to help Helen, try to become better. And it's just, the little sort of adventure that goes on along the way with the two. I found this movie to be really kind of well done. I was always people always talked to me about this movie when I was in film class, back in high school, and my mom told me about this movie a long time ago, and I've never seen it until I recently, got this Blu-ray in a week or so ago. And I gotta say, man, this was actually a really well done movie. This is the kind of movie I would like to see remade today. I know there's a lot of people that don't like remakes or anything like that, but I think if they get the right actors and the right director, a remake of this can do really, really well. This Blu-ray right here does look really good here, and there really is no special features on this release of The Miracle Worker. But if you're a fan of this film or the actresses that are in it, I highly recommend you guys check this one out here from Olive Films. But guys, that's all I have to talk to you guys about today for this Hoarding Up video. Thank you guys so much for coming by, and I'll see you guys all next time.